Alejandro Garnacho's arrival at Chelsea and his first training session with the club was one of the most talked about events in football this week, sparking a frenzy of reactions from fans, pundits, and the media alike. The Argentine winger, who had established himself as one of the most exciting young talents in England, finally made the switch that had been building speculation for months. His first day in training was not just about stretching legs and jogging laps, it was the beginning of a new chapter for both him and Chelsea Football Club. Every movement was under scrutiny, every smile captured by cameras, and every interaction with his new teammates dissected to paint a picture of how he might fit into this evolving Chelsea side. From the moment he walked into Cobham, the Blues' training ground, Garnacho seemed to carry himself with the confidence that made him a star at such a young age. Chelsea fans who had long craved a player with flair, directness, and the ability to change the rhythm of a game with a single burst of pace were eager to see him in their colours. Training sessions, of course, don't have the intensity of match days, but they offer an insight into how a player adapts, how he listens to instructions, and how he bonds with teammates who could define his success in a new environment. In Garnacho's case, the cameras picked up everything from his sharp dribbling drills to his quick link ups with Chelsea's attacking players, and the buzz around his performance was undeniable. One of the first observations was just how comfortable he looked on the ball during rondos and possession exercises. Garnacho has always been known for his fearlessness in tight spaces, and at Cobham, he was already showing glimpses of why Chelsea fought so hard to bring him in. While other new signings might take a while to break the ice, the Argentine winger looked at home, exchanging passes with players like Enzo Fernandez and Cole Palmer, who were quick to welcome him into the fold. The chemistry with Palmer in particular stood out, as the two seemed to read each other's movements effortlessly, raising excitement about the potential partnership they could form on the right and left flanks. The intensity of the session was another notable factor. Chelsea manager Enzo Maresca is known for meticulous detail in his training sessions, and he wasted no time putting Garnacho through specific tactical drills. The focus was on pressing triggers, positional play, and transitions, areas that Chelsea struggled with at times last season. Garnacho was seen listening attentively to instructions, nodding frequently, and then applying those directions with a surprising sharpness for someone in his very first session. Maresca's philosophy demands discipline and high work rate, and Garnacho's willingness to adapt to that style was one of the biggest positives of the day. It wasn't about showboating or trying to impress with individual skill alone, it was about showing he could buy into the system and elevate the collective. Another highlight was Garnacho's finishing during shooting drills. Chelsea fans have grown used to seeing missed chances and wasted opportunities, but here was a winger who seemed hungry to prove a point. Whether cutting inside onto his stronger right foot or driving in from wide positions, he showed composure and accuracy that suggested he could bring an end product Chelsea desperately need. His low, drilled shots into the bottom corner and his curling efforts into the far post drew applause from both teammates and coaches, a subtle acknowledgement of the quality he brings. These moments, though in training, matter. They build confidence not just for the player but for the group around him. His interactions with senior players also made an impression. Thiago Silva, the veteran leader of the squad, was seen chatting to him between drills, offering advice and likely sharing insights about defensive responsibilities. Reece James, the club captain, welcomed him with high fives and a laugh, symbolic gestures that matter greatly in integrating a new player. Garnacho responded with humility, engaging openly with those around him, but at the same time, there was a visible spark in his eyes, a determination to show he wasn't just another young signing, but someone who could command a place in Chelsea's starting 11. Off the ball, Garnacho's work rate drew attention. One of the criticisms he occasionally faced at Manchester United was a tendency to drift in and out of games when his team was under pressure. Maresca's training placed a heavy emphasis on pressing, and Garnacho was often among the first to close down space, harry defenders, and recover possession. While this was just one session, his energy level suggested he was eager to prove he could evolve into a more complete player, one that balances flair with responsibility. For Chelsea, this adaptability is crucial. Beyond the drills, the mood of the training session carried an energy rarely felt in early September. Chelsea's players seemed to feed off the excitement of having Garnacho in the group. His arrival not only added competition for places but also injected a fresh wave of enthusiasm into a squad that, at times, looked jaded in previous campaigns. Training sessions can become routine, but the introduction of a high-profile talent changes the atmosphere, and Garnacho's presence was visibly lifting the tempo. Teammates like Nicholas Jackson and Mykhailo Mudryk were seen stepping up their intensity, almost as if to stake their own claims in response to the new arrival. Competition breeds performance, and Chelsea suddenly looked like a squad hungry to impress their manager. The cameras also captured lighter moments, particularly during the cool-down. Garnacho was laughing with Enzo Fernandez, their shared Argentine roots making them natural allies in the early stages of integration. This bond could prove pivotal, not just in helping Garnacho settle but also in shaping his comfort on the pitch. The South American connection at Chelsea has grown in recent years, and Garnacho's arrival strengthens it further, providing a cultural anchor that will ease his transition. For the fans, seeing Garnacho in Chelsea blue for the first time was surreal. Social media erupted with clips of his training highlights, with supporters debating how he might slot into Maresca's starting lineup. Some imagined him operating on the left flank, combining with Jackson through the middle, while others felt his versatility would allow him to swap sides with Palmer or even operate in a free role behind the striker. What was clear, however, is that Chelsea fans now see in Garnacho a player capable of bringing them back to the heights they once enjoyed, someone who can provide the spark missing since Eden Hazard's departure. The first training session also underscored the importance of timing in transfers. Garnacho arrived at a moment when Chelsea were in desperate need of a statement signing, a player who could not only improve the squad but also inspire belief among supporters. His youthful energy, combined with proven Premier League experience, made him a rare acquisition. Watching him glide through his first session, the thought occurred to many that Chelsea had not just signed a talented winger but perhaps the face of their future. As the session wound down, Garnacho lingered on the pitch, taking extra shots at goal, practicing dribbles, and working with the fitness coaches. This small detail did not go unnoticed. It signaled hunger, the kind of hunger Chelsea require if they are to climb back into the top four and challenge for trophies again. For Garnacho, this was about more than adapting, it was about making a statement that he had arrived with intent, ready to become a cornerstone of the project. In football, first impressions matter, and Garnacho's first day in Chelsea training left an indelible mark. His skill, energy, and willingness to integrate showed promise, while his chemistry with teammates hinted at exciting partnerships to come. It may only have been one session, but sometimes that's all it takes to sense a shift. Chelsea supporters, who have endured frustration in recent years, now have reason to dream again. Garnacho's story with the club is only just beginning, but if his first training session is anything to go by, it could be the start of something truly special at Stamford Bridge.